Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and this is my card I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. I think it's super cute. I love how it turned out. So let me move that off to the side. I'm using the Pretty Perennials stamp set and the coordinating dies. And the dies, there are so many. There are 23 dies in this bundle. Isn't that just amazing? So many and so many different options. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in my card base. Now for the card base, I'm using Thick Whisper White, and I haven't folded it because I wanted to show you guys, and I hope you can see that I ran it through my Stampin' Cut emboss machine, and I used the Old World Paper 3D embossing folder. And how I did that was I just placed it inside like this. I lined up my score line right there at the top, put it through the embossing machine just like this. Brought it out and it was embossed. Then I also cut a piece of 1 1/4 by 5 1/2 of Highland Heather. And this is Gorgeous Grape. And I ran that through the embossing folder as well. So now that I've shown you, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, it looks like, there we go. I have to push it over a little bit. It looks like where it was embossed. So I'm just going to make sure I really get that. There, good. So just make sure you're lining that up really well and don't go over your score mark. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and we'll adhere that piece. I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus just because it's been embossed. I want to make sure it's going to stick down there for me. I'm going to leave a little bit of the Whisper White poking through on this side right there. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. Then I popped out my label that I'm going to use the sentiment for, that we'll stamp that on later. I used the Hippo and Friends dies, and it is that die there. Let me go ahead and just put that back in there before I lose it. Okay, so I am using Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather ink. And I'm also going to be using the Classic Label Punch. And I'm going to use the new Clever Clasps. And you get a variety of gold or silver. And I'll probably use more of the silver because I am a silver person. And you get 20. So I'm assuming you're going to get 10 of each color. I'm also using the Pastel Pearls. These coordinate with the Hydrangea Suite. And then I'm also going to use that Gorgeous Grape ribbon that coordinates with that Hydrangea Suite as well. I love that suite. That is one of my favorite suites in the whole catalog. Now, to save time, I went ahead and pre-cut some of this stuff so that way I wouldn't have to stamp so many things and die cut so many things for you guys. So I'm only going to have to stamp one of each flower. Let's start with our lightest one first. So I'll do the Highland Heather, and I'm just stamping the Highland Heather on Highland Heather, and I'm using the big flower. This is a beautiful stamp set. It's like a watercolor stamp set, I think. It's very pretty. I love it. Let me grab my chamois. I have to clean that off. And then I'll bring in my Gorgeous Grape cardstock and ink. And I'm using my Stampin' Pierce mat because these are photopolymer. My countertop's pretty hard. And I just want to make sure, sometimes if I don't get a good image when I'm stamping directly on my countertop and it's photopolymer, it's because you need that little extra cushion underneath your stamp. So I've just been trying to be cautious and always bring that out and use it so that way I don't have to waste cardstock and all that kind of stuff. While I have the ink out and we're going, I'm going to leave the Gorgeous Grape open. And I have a little scrap piece of my soft seafoam. And I'm going to take the Classic Label Punch and just pop out my little frame for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and ink that up. And it says, "You make me." And we'll just stamp that. And I hope that you guys can see. I can't see. Hopefully my head's not in the camera. I hope I got that pretty centered. I can't really tell. It's really hard when you're doing these videos to try to keep your head back and not get in the way. So I'm going to put that out of the way since we have that done. That should be all of our stamping until we get to the label part, and we'll do that here in just a minute. But I'm going to bring in my little mini Stampin' emboss machine, and I think when I did this the last time you guys could see this pretty well the way I set it up. So I'm going to use my little plate 1, and then I'm going to need a plate 2 that I'll put down, and we'll just go ahead and cut out. And I thought I had my washi tape within arm's reach. Let me grab it here really quick. I just want to make sure, since I've already got those stamped, we don't want them moving on us. So I'm just going to put it on my skin just to take a little bit of that tackiness away. And then I found that there really is not a right or wrong way to line up these dies. I think one of them, when you line it up, you'll see, I just kind of turn it until I feel like I have a good lineup of them where it's not going to be, but I honestly just, I haven't watched any videos on these, so I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong, but to me, there is no right or wrong way of lining that up. I've turned it in all 4 directions on here, and each time it comes out cut the same way, so I'm assuming there's no right or wrong way. Okay, now let's grab the Gorgeous Grape, and we'll do the same thing. Let me get this tape where I can control my die, how I want to line it up. And see, like that one, I kind of feel like that one leaves a little bit of a more of a outline, I guess, maybe is what I'm saying. Okay, that one looks good. So let's just go ahead and put that down and that down. I just want it to hold it in place. You can't cut too much on this, but I'm telling you guys, because, you know, I moved my craft room because I don't like standing anymore when I'm crafting. I need to sit every once in a while. And this little guy has saved me. I can just bring it right over, right beside me, right where I'm setting, and it doesn't take up hardly any room because it's so small, and I absolutely love that. And I'm just going to trim this off from what we've already used it, and now I need to cut. Oh, I just dropped the die. Let me pick that up. Okay, I am going to trim this down. I have noticed too, since I set, you guys, I think I dropped my dies a lot more. The last video, I think I dropped 2. And I think a lot of it too is me getting accommodated with the surroundings, because believe it or not, I moved my webcam and computer, because when I did my Facebook Live the other day, it was kind of awkward the way I had it set up. So I'm taking Whisper White, and I'm just going to take these 2 little, they're for the center of the flowers, so there's no stamping. We just need to die cut these out. But yeah, my Facebook Live, I felt a little bit off, and so I went ahead and moved my computer and things like that, so that way I could try to be more like it was in my old setup. Now, the only thing that concerns me about over here now is losing my dies, because I haven't come up with a place to set them versus when I would do my videos on the other side. So I need to get, I'll show you, I keep meaning to do, I can't find my pick tool. I just had it too. Where did it go? I just had it, and there it is. I put it right back where it goes, and I just couldn't see it. I've been meaning to do an updated craft room tour because I have not done one actually since I got my new craft space and everybody asked for one, and just so much has happened that I haven't had time to do it. So I've thought about doing that, and I have this container that I bought. I'm not sure where, Hobby Lobby, one of those places, I'm sure. And I keep it right beside my die cutting machine. And I can put my dies in there, so that way it's kind of like, it's deep, so I don't have to worry about them falling out and things like that. And it just makes me feel so secure having them there. And I need to get like a little cup or something to have over here beside me in this new area. So that way I don't have to worry about losing them over here like that one right there. So I'm just going to try to put them all together right there, so that way I don't forget about them. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp the sentiments on our Whisper White label. And I'm going to put a piece of scrap paper down there. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape to ink up the sentiments. I have to look at this twice, you guys, because I always turn it upside down and it just looks funky to me. Because the H and the Y, they kind of look similar when you turn it around this way. They're, you know, so you kind of have to look at it, or at least I do for a minute. Okay. Let's go back in now with Highland Heather and grab our little flower. And I'm going to ink it up, but I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to stamp one flower right there. Do the same thing, ink it up, stamp off. Do one on that corner, ink it up, stamp off. And I did one at the top, but you can't see it because of our bow. So I'm just going to put one right there on that edge. Okay. That is it for our sentiment. Let's go ahead, get these stamps out of my way, get that out of my way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab my silicone sheet, and I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and we'll start putting everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 dimensionals on the back, but I'm going to keep them more to the right end because I want to leave room for our bow and that little clasp that's going to go on there. So we're going to have that right there, and then the little clasps we're going to put on there on the end. Okay, so for right now we'll just leave this. I'm going to go ahead and put my dimensionals on the back of the label though. I'm just going to use 4, I think will be plenty. So we'll move those 2 out of the way. Let's bring in all of our flowers. And so for one of the dark ones, let's grab one of these little flower centers, and I'm just going to put a mini dimensional on the back just to pop it up a little bit, and we'll put that right there. And then let's grab the other one and we'll put it on one of the Highland Heathers, and just make sure you're getting that dimensional right in the center because you don't want it to show through. Don't want anybody to be able to see it. Just place that in the center. These are a little bit trickier because they're tinier. Just use your patience. Give yourself time to get it centered. And then we're going to put one of these right in the center of each of those flowers. Whoops. Okay, right like that. That one I think I kind of got over a little bit, but hopefully the white, yep, you can't see it. So let's put that there, and then let's flip all of these over. Move the dimensionals out of the way for right now. I'm going to just go through here. It doesn't really matter where, but I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal on the back of the leaves. The petals, just so that way we can get the little leaves that we die cut out. stuck on the back of there, okay? So just flip it over wherever you put that adhesive. And I put 2 on each one. And then I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and I'm going to place a dimensional right on the back to help hold them in place. And then I'll place another one kind of there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I feel like I don't have as many leaves. Oh, my mini dimensionals were laying on top of them. And then I like to flip it over so I can kind of see what I have to work with. Do that one. And then again, oops, all I got was the backing. So put a dimensional. And then I'm going to stick one right there. I'm going to leave that one up so I can remember that I don't have the backing on that. And there went one of my leaves. I don't know what it is with me dropping stuff sitting over here, you guys. But that is something I guess I'm going to have to work on. So I'm going to put that dimensional over that. And then put another one there. And here, let's see. I might have to add some more adhesive on the back of this flower because it doesn't look like I did a very good job, but I think they're going to stick. And if I would quit pulling the backing off those dimensionals, that would be great. You guys probably feel so sorry for me and think, man, that lady just struggles with her crafting. I honestly don't. When it's just me and I'm not making a video, I do pretty good. Oh, geez, oh, peas. Okay, so this one, I am going to just kind of put down here at the bottom, kind of right there. Oops, wait a minute. I want to turn. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just trying to duplicate it the way I did my original. So on my original, I had my leaves on this side. So that's basically what I'm looking at, you guys. Let's go ahead and adhere this down. And you do want to make sure that you leave enough room. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this down first. So I'm just going to make sure that that is nested in behind that flower and it's not going off the side of my card right there. So I'm just going to put that like that. I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off the mini dimensionals. And we'll put that kind of off to the right like that. I didn't want it straight because the bow will kind of nest right there. Let's peel this backing off. And we'll start it up here at the top, making sure that everything's staying on the card. And I'm peeling the backing off the lighter flower. And then this one, I'm just going to nest up in here like that. And then we'll take this one and kind of put something like that. Okay. Now let's grab these beautiful gems. And I'm going to grab one of the silver clasps. And this ribbon makes the prettiest bows, you guys. Like, I can't even tell you. It is so easy to tie and so easy to create the prettiest bows. I'm trying so hard not to waste because it's so pretty. And I want my bow to be really tiny because I don't want it to interfere with my sentiment. So I'm going to think that that's okay, that that's a good size. And I'm just going to trim. I like my little ends to be pretty pointed. This one's a little bit longer, so I'm just going to... And then let's grab that. And grab a mini glue dot. Well, and then I'm just going to put that right on the back. Lift that up. And then put it right on that cute little clasp. And then I just took this and just put it right. I put it on both, on the white, the Whisper White, and on the soft seafoam. Then you just kind of scoot it over so you can make sure that they can read. Spread that out. And then let's grab these gems. And instead of putting them on my table, I'm going to put one up in this corner. And then grab another one and we'll put right here. And then I'm going to grab another one off of my finger and we'll place it, if I can get it to flip over, right there in that corner. Get our little gummy stuff off of there. Okay guys, I'm just going to fix that a little bit. That is it. That is my card for you guys today. I hope I stayed in camera view for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you hit the little bell and subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Monday and every Thursday. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye-bye.